Welcome to Wading into Retirement. I'm Laura, and behind the camera is Mike this time. So I had a bit of a birthday surprise on Friday, and it led us to the beautiful city of San Miguel de Allende. This is where we will be staying for the next 5 days, and Mike's just going to give you a bit of a shot of the big hill that we had to climb up last night, and we'll show you where we're staying and what you can get for your money here. We woke to the sound of birds humming. So walk with us as we go inside. Each one of these buildings has a few apartments in it, or condominiums as they're called here. A fee is paid to maintain the home, and we're going to take you down to the ground floor level. Each one of these apartments have a double lock system, as you'll be able to see here. So security is very, very good. So the first lock took us through into a nice little foyer and then into the apartment. So as you can see, you've got enough space here to hang coats, to take off your shoes, and it has a very open concept. You can see the kitchen to the left. And it's very modern. It has a fridge, a stove, microwave, even a dishwasher, which is very handy, especially for guests staying here. We were fortunate too because our host left us some coffee, so we were able to get up this morning and a nice little breakfast bread, which Mike got into last night, of course. And I love this container with the water. So of course, we don't tend to drink the water that comes out of the tap. And there are a couple of places that you can have either delivered or you can pick up water yourself. But isn't that a cute little spout? Now take note of the living space. You can see the gorgeous ceilings. They are an architectural feature that you actually see a lot here in San Miguel and in Mexico. Either a brick ceiling or these open beam concepts are just gorgeous. Lots of excess room too, so we have the dogs if we were going to buy something like this. So the dining space has enough space for 4, but I could easily see, putting a little table up here. And the fireplace actually has gas, so you have the ability to put an insert in there for some of those cooler evenings. Now we actually slept with the patio door open and we had a nice breeze. And again, woke up to the sound of birds singing. Now, one of the features not to be missed in this space is these gorgeous windows that lead out to a patio that has an eating space, a living space, and overlooks a ravine. I can see, looking at some of the other homes, this space is widely used as an extra living area. And again, gorgeous views down into the valley. And listen to those birds. Now they have lights so you can use the space in the evening. And I would even put like a chandelier or something fancy out here. There is another door that leads off of one of the bedrooms, which we will show you. And this is the door that we kept open while we slept last night. Now, we had a very interesting drive here. Unfortunately, we had booked a driver who didn't end up showing, but at the airport, we were able to take a taxi. And the gentleman that drove us was excellent. He gave us a lot of the history of San Miguel. And of course, we landed in Querétaro. So he was able to provide some background and size to Querétaro as well. He felt that there was about 2.5 million people that lived in that area. And with the additional growth in construction, he could see it easily climbing to 3 million. San Miguel is probably 1/2 to 1 million people. And most of that population, as we've said before, is an expat community of American and Canadian. So here we're going into a small little annex that leads to the bedrooms. Very handy to have a desk here with the Wi-Fi and a charging station. And this is where we kind of dropped our stuff to charge after our long flight. The master bedroom that, as I mentioned, it leads out to a patio. It has, I would say this is a smaller than a queen size bed, probably a double. A little bit on the shorter side, but look at the armoires. Love the detail for the carving. And again, for the cooler evenings, if you wanted to, you can have a gas inserted fireplace. Love the detail work. If you wanted to, you could put, even a mirror to give the space more open, but the ceiling heights gives the whole space a feeling of openness. Off to the master is a closet. Now I love this. It's got tons and tons of storage. And back home, something like this is actually hard to find. And in Cozumel, which we've been to before, it's also harder to see these built-ins. But tons of room if you were staying here or living here. And of course, the mirror with having the sink outside. If you did have a full house, people could use the washroom and the shower easily without interrupting the person brushing their teeth, which is always a handy thing, especially. I have a big family, and hopefully if we bought down here, they would come and visit. Love the tile work. It actually matches from around the sink. So now back to the desk area. The second bedroom has 2 single beds. And again, I like this concept if we had guests. And again, more built-ins, the opportunity to have a gas fireplace for the chillier evenings. Now we are here during July, and we have been told that this is more the rainy season. Although we got a little bit of rain yesterday, it was still nice and cool at night, and it wasn't too hot. San Miguel just enjoyed a heat wave of 2 weeks of upwards 30 degrees. So here is the little bathroom off of the second bedroom. Again, I really like the tile. I like how it matches around the sink. It doesn't have the separate area, but again, I'm not sure that it would be needed for guests. Lots of storage underneath the sink. And again, love those ceiling heights. So back to the entranceway, as I mentioned before, lots of space. You could even put a closet here if you needed to. One of the things I really like about Mexico is the number of bathrooms. Don't like to clean them, but I really like the fact that, if guests came over, there is a spot that you can come without going into your private space. This little 2-piece is just off the entranceway and has the advantage of having the wash machine and dryer as well in it, and a little area that you could put your cleaning supplies, as well as some maybe potential storage. So again, I think this is actually my favorite space. You have the sun in the morning, and I'm a morning person. So I didn't mention it at the beginning, but this is Capilla de Peidra, which I believe is like a walking apartment. And there is a gorgeous hill to come up. So you're going to be getting your steps in and building up those calves and thighs if we were to stay somewhere like this spot. I do think that it would be a bit concerning as we age to get up and down those hills, but then there's also taxis that are like 2-3 blocks away. When we looked on the map, and Michael had been here before, and I certainly did not appreciate, I had in my mind that I really wanted something that was very close to Centro, that was there for the nightlife as well as, you know, the after dinner. This is really only a 10-minute walk, if that. It is very, very, very close. So even though we're just a little bit to the side of the city, maybe I would want to take that big walk on my way home. It's certainly walkable, and which was very high on our list of having the ability to walk with the dogs. The sidewalks are very narrow, so the dog walking might be a little bit more difficult, and there's not a lot of green space, but I think our dogs would certainly adapt. And for the price point, these run about $300,000 to $320,000 US. And I don't think you could get a better deal for being this close to Centro with the amenities that are here. So thank you again for watching this video. We'd love to hear your comments back, and don't forget to hit subscribe and watch us as we journey into retirement and try and figure this out. This trip, Michael and I will also be looking at other homes, and we hope to share those with you, because I think this is a very viable option for our next step into retirement. Thanks again. Bye for now.